Coming up, how researchers at the University of Kentucky are trying to lower diabetes rates here in the mountains.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that 1 in 3 Americans has pre-diabetes right now. Left untreated, that condition can progress into type 2 diabetes, which is more common in eastern Kentucky than anywhere else in the state and many parts of the country. WYMT's Zach Hawk spoke with organizers connected to diabetes research projects about their latest efforts.
Faith Moves Mountains does University of Kentucky research work and has been in eastern Kentucky for nearly 15 years. People like Nell Fields serve as a connection between locals and the researchers.
It allows us local folks to come in and actually work to help our own people. And that's what's the powerful thing is about it, is we're all in this together. We're all working to improve our health and improve the health and welfare of other people in our community.
The latest research project is looking at self-treatment options, which project organizers say are important post-pandemic.
I have noticed that many of them are not going to their doctor appointments as often. Some of them are still doing telehealth calls, and hopefully they're still going in and getting their lab work done.
The project began a few years ago when researchers at UK saw a high rate of negative health outcomes for diabetes patients in the region.
Many of the complications of type 2 diabetes can be reduced with self-management and proper care, and those are the things that we're trying to work with.
Which is why organizers need to learn the best method of teaching self-management.
Each person gets 6 weeks of health coaching one-on-one, and we're seeing if the health coaching or the classes work better, or if the combination works better.
The research project will take some time to complete, but organizers believe the results will help with diabetes treatment. In Hazard, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
The look at self-management for treating type 2 diabetes began in 2017 but was interrupted by the pandemic. The recruiting drive this afternoon in Hazard is the start of the work to get back on track.
It was a gorgeous day in the mountains today. Temperatures, yeah, below average, but otherwise it's pretty nice to look out and see plenty of blue sky and sunshine again after the gloomy start we've had to the work week. I-64 camera at Moorhead, you see the beautiful hues of red and orange as the sun set earlier on tonight behind the camera, so looking pretty nice in front of it. I-75 at Mount Vernon, a peaceful scene right now as cars going up and down the interstate. No fog issues to worry about. Highs this afternoon, low to mid 50s in most spots, couple of upper 40s. Pikeville just below that 50-degree threshold, but right now cooling off quick. We're already at freezing in Hazard, same thing in Jonesboro and up in Ashland. It's 26 right now in Monticello, 28 Irvin, but a lot of middle and upper 30s still left as we start to get some of those observations in from the local airports. Pinpoint Doppler, a clean sweep, just some ground clutter this evening. We still do have freeze warnings for Campbell and Claiborne counties in Tennessee, Lee and Wise counties in Virginia, along with the city of Norton as their growing season comes to an end. And we're all headed below freezing tonight. Widespread frost possible as we get down to about 30, even some upper 20s for overnight lows tonight. I'll have the latest on when a warm-up looks to move back in coming up in just a bit. Steve?
Evan, thank you. 2 sisters stabbed, one of them killed, as the Johnson County Sheriff's Department continues to investigate. Sheriff Doug Saylor says he and his deputies responded to the call Tuesday night as Marcia Bailey told officers she and Bernadette Blackburn were attacked by Christy Blair. Blair was arrested and Blackburn and Bailey were taken to the hospital where Blackburn was pronounced dead and Bailey remains in serious condition. Saylor says it was a rare call for the department.
Of course, our main priority is the safety of everyone at the scene and, of course, of our deputies. With the accusation of multiple stab wounds.
Saylor says the investigation is ongoing as they work to discover whether Blair was intoxicated and what her state of mind was at the time of the stabbing. A Boyd County man is in the hospital after an officer-involved shooting. Kentucky State Police is now leading that investigation. They say the shooting happened around 9:15 last night in Catlettsburg. They say Christopher Artrip of Ashland was shot by a Boyd County Sheriff's deputy. He was taken to the hospital but is expected to survive. Police who live in the area say this has made them worried for their safety.
No place is safe. You know, keep your kids and your family close. Keep your doors locked. Protect what's yours, no matter what you've got to do.
Troopers say the shooting started with an attempted traffic stop. Coal is a mainstay in the Appalachian economy, and one company is trying to carry on the tradition. The Wellmore Coal Company held a job fair in Pikeville today in an effort to fill jobs brought on by the expansion of the company's operation in Pike County as well as Buchanan County, Virginia. The company is looking to recruit the next batch of green hat miners, as they are known in Kentucky, who have not yet been trained but wish to enter the coal industry. Company officials say anyone is welcome to apply.
Particularly, you know, kids coming out of high school that have vocational skills that are transferable, welding, electrical, things of this nature that are transferable to coal mining industry-related jobs. And so we're looking more for the red hats today and green hats than anything.
Prater says Appalachia has some of the best coal miners around, and he is excited for the years to come. For more information and to find out how to apply, you can check our website at WYMT.com. Today, new leadership was put in place at Fort Knox. The change of responsibility ceremony officially recognized Command Sergeant Major Billy Webb as the new head of the V Corps there. The V Corps was originally activated in 1918 during World War I. The Corps was also part of the D-Day invasion during World War II and the liberation of Europe. The new leadership says it's a prestigious unit to be a part of.
To be a part of this Corps really means a lot to me. Served with them in Europe many years ago. And so just to be here, to arrive to Fort Knox in this awesome community that we have been able to embrace has just been great for our family.
The V Corps defended Western Europe during the Cold War, and soldiers also saw service in the Balkans, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Kids ages 5 to 11 can now get Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. A doctor we talked to tells us he was not shocked when he heard the CDC signed off on vaccines for that age group. A study shows Pfizer's vaccine is 91% effective at preventing symptomatic infection in kids. The doctor tells us he's excited, but parents and kids should talk with a healthcare provider before making the decision.
Vaccinating kids would only help curb the pandemic down, and also maybe getting to a sense of normalcy, go back to normal again. Going back to school, it will be safer for the kids to go back to school once vaccinated.
28 million kids are now eligible for the vaccine. Kids will get 1/3 the dose adults receive. The Take One for the Team vaccination campaign is sweeping across Clay County, and 2 Clay County schools have been recognized for their vaccination efforts. Clay County High School and Paces Creek Elementary School each received $6,000 from representatives of the vaccination campaign for having the largest participation in their respective vaccine clinics.
And this was a great thing, a great incentive to get them motivated. And one thing we did see during this campaign, we had a lot of young people that got vaccinated. You know, we seen children that young people, I'll call them young people, come up and say, you know, tell their parents, you know, we want to get vaccinated. And that was so impressive.
The money awarded to each of the schools can be used for any extracurricular activities or urgent needs the schools may have. Now, later in the newscast, we'll take a look at the Biden administration's tougher new vaccine rules. But up next, timeshares can be a fun way to get away, but also tricky business. What to look for if you're buying or trying to get rid of one.
And our quiet weather pattern looks to continue right on into the weekend. I'll have the full breakdown coming up in just a bit.
Well, the high